What's good and welcome back to another video. Today's a pretty exciting video. We are going to be fixing all the things that need to be fixed on the Golf R. We're going to be doing some of the simple maintenance, really nothing too major, but definitely essential to getting this car to the next level. As you can see, we still have that check engine light and we're going to get rid of that thing today because we have the O2 sensor, which I'm going to put on the car. We're also going to get rid of the misfire that's currently on the car because we have some spark plugs, and of course we're going to do an oil change, get this thing ready and nice to go. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring the car in, put it on the hoist, and get right to it. So here we go. So for the spark plugs, we're actually going to be putting in these APR spark plugs, which are going to be a lot more beneficial when we start doing some things in the future. But these are going to be a lot better for the car, and definitely opted for these. Of course, we got the OEM oil filter, pretty standard stuff. And then also a aftermarket O2 sensor, because I'm definitely not spending the $300 on the OEM O2 sensor. I'm sorry, it's not even the main one, it's the rear one, it's the downstream one. Not a huge deal. We're gonna put the aftermarket stuff in and see how it goes. The car's too low, so we have to jack it up, get it on the hoist real quick. For the oil, we're going to be using Liquid Moly 5W40. This is basically the go-to stuff for the Golf R, so we'll be good to go. Now, since this car has a plastic oil pan, I've never seen this before. Literally have a plastic drain plug. What the heck? Penetrating fluid for the sensor. Let's see.
Just let that sit. I'm just taking this off here, and it just goes right here. So I'm gonna peel this down, unplugs right there.
Man.
Easy.
O2 sensor unplugged.
It was just tucked in there, so
sweet.
That's all.
And just gotta crank her off and then we're chilling.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot easier than I thought it was. The connector's super close. Gotta make sure it's tight in there, and then it's minty. But look underneath this car. It's the first time we're seeing underneath the Golf. Honestly, looking good, but this exhaust is way too restrictive. Gotta get rid of that. Get rid of the resonator too, maybe. But it's coming. Honestly though, the bottom of this car is probably the cleanest of any car I've owned, so I'm super happy. So here we're putting on some H&R spacers. I think they're like 5 mil. Pretty mint, gonna go in the rear. And of course, extended lugs to go along with it so our wheel doesn't fly off because the studs are not big enough. Now I can finally see for the first time, this thing does have lowering springs on it. So I think they're like what? EMD springs or something in the rear and in the front. Part number right there. But for me personally, in the rear, it's still a little bit too high, so we're definitely gonna change that. But for now, the spacers will make it look a lot better, and I think I'll be good with that for now.
Rule number 1 of spacers, clean your damn hubs.
Oh my god. There you go.
You know what we need? We need that stud thing. This or this? I think this one. Oh yeah, this one.
Bro, that makes it way easier.
Way easier.
Okay, O2 sensor done, oil done. Spacer's done. After that, we're gonna go ahead and check the spark plugs. Really interested to see how this looks because the misfire that this thing does is insane. I'm tired of it. So we gotta go ahead and change the spark plugs so we can hopefully get rid of that. Gold right there.
The good stuff.
So here's the APR spark plug. Honestly, super standard. Looks really good, but this is gonna be really beneficial for the tune coming up. And of course, torque specs on the box. Here we go. So cylinder one, try to take the ground studs off and the strap just broke. That's okay, we'll fix that real quick. Yeah, let's see what these spark plugs look like. Cylinder 2 is gonna be bad. That's my guess. Cylinder 2, 3 is gonna be all right. Cylinder 1, here we go.
Pretty
not horrible.
Look at the, oh dude, look at the end.
Oh, okay, nice.
What kind of plugs are these?
NGK.
Dude, look at the gap on that.
I know.
I don't know if he was running like really high boost or if that's just collapsed. These are boost plugs.
Oh,
look how tight the gap is.
Oh yeah, boy.
Yeah, this guy was running some serious boost, man.
Cylinder 3.
Tight gap.
Just look how close that gap is. Let's focus. Come on. Look at that. Holy.
That's why it wasn't running right.
Cylinder 4. Yeah. Not bad.
Keep those though. If you ever want to go high boost again.
All right, sorry for the noise, but as you can see here, this is super tight. This is the APR one, the new ones we're putting in. So I guess these will be good for some high boost applications. We're gonna be pushing, I wouldn't say anything like crazy high, but a decent amount. It's gonna be perfect. All right, gotta torque them down, make sure they're good. Okay, so now that all that's done, we're basically gonna wrap this thing up and then start it for the first time, see if the engine light is finally gone and see if it actually misfires. All right, let's go ahead and give her a start. Check the oil. Moment of truth, here we go. Okay, engine light's still on. I'm gonna clear the code and see what comes up. AFRs. Let's go to the back and just hear this thing. It sounds better.
Feel like shaky at all in it. Go up a little more. Hold it there.
Big shout out to my boy Lucas for helping me out. Honestly, he did everything, but you know, we need a professional. Of course, shout out my boy Kruno as well. Thank you very much. Okay, so we just made it back home. Super happy with how everything went today. I know with the spark plugs, it kind of had, you know, a little rough patch. But of course, working on a car, you gotta expect these rough patches. Before, I definitely didn't. I thought everything was gonna go smoothly when I used to work on cars before on this channel. But we know things take time and things will always go wrong, at least to some degree. Thankfully, it wasn't to a major degree today and we got everything wrapped up. So now that all of that is done, we are now good to go for the tune. So really when I was at Almost Racing, they told me all I had to do was spark plugs because the car basically has everything else. But of course we had to do an oil change anyways. And you know, I wanted to put the spacers on and the O2 sensor was giving me that check engine light. So I wanted to get rid of all that stuff so that the car is in perfect condition going into the tune. Now I didn't show a proper before, but as you can see there, the spacers on the ground, it definitely pokes out just a little bit more. I think right now the stance looks good. I just want the rear to be a little bit lower, just a little bit. Anyways, over the next few days, I'm gonna make sure the car is good to go. No check engine lights, nothing wrong with it. Fingers crossed, because then I'm going on vacation, but when I come back, we're getting this thing tuned right away. One thing that I do want to note is that I honestly won't really see if this car misfires as bad until I cold start it again. So tomorrow morning, I guess we'll see. If it does, I'm not too worried because I think it's something the tune can really clear up. I honestly think the tune right now, since all the hardware on the car does not match the tune, it's kind of running a little bit weird, and it uses a lot of gas. So hopefully once that tune is loaded onto the car, everything will be running perfectly. We'll have some better gas mileage, hopefully and ironically, but I'm really hoping that's the case. So we'll see how that happens. Last but not least, for all you sticklers out there, yes, we are gonna be doing the hull deck service on the car. For those who don't know, that's the diff in the rear. We will be doing that down the line, of course. Right now, I'm not too worried about it, but honestly, it's pretty far from now, but we will be doing the DSG service as well, because we gotta take care of this car, right? Especially if we're gonna be running stage 3. This thing's gotta be at tip-top shape all the time. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. In the next video, that is our big day. We're sending this thing to the shop and getting it tuned. So to make sure you do not miss it, hit that subscribe button down below. And of course, don't be shy, leave a like on the video as well. Let me know what you guys think about my Golf R and what's going on with it right now. I know it's been 0 to 100, but I think it's really good for this channel because there's a whole bunch of content for you guys to enjoy. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. In today's video, we're gonna be ditching the stock exhaust. Big box inside here. Oh, these things are huge. Just take a look to see how restrictive the OEM exhaust is. And now we're going down to literally just this tiny muffler. Let's get the first start in. I'm honestly super scared. Oh my gosh. What did I do to this car?